Three men escaped from the most secure prison in the history of the United States. No weapons, no outside help, and no bodies left behind. Their names were Frank Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin. On the night of June 11, 1962, they left their cells at Alcatraz, moved through restricted areas, entered water just 50 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius, and were never seen again. The government says they drowned, but the facts tell a different story. Alcatraz wasn't built to hold people. It was built to break minds. Located more than 1.25 miles from the coast of San Francisco, surrounded by freezing water and dangerous currents, it housed only prisoners considered beyond rehabilitation. Frank Morris wasn't violent. He was intelligent, extremely intelligent. With a history of prison escapes and an above-average IQ, he noticed something no one else did. The concrete behind the sinks in the cells was slowly crumbling. Using spoons stolen from the prison cafeteria, Morris and the Anglin brothers began digging, every night, for months. To mask the sound, Frank played the accordion during permitted music hours. While guards heard music, the concrete turned to dust. Behind the cells was an abandoned maintenance corridor, a structural flaw, a fatal blind spot, and no one noticed. But escaping the cell wasn't enough. They had to fool the guards and the human brain itself. So they crafted fake heads using soap, toilet paper, toothpaste, and hair stolen from the prison barbershop. At night, they placed the heads on their beds, adjusted the blankets, and appeared perfectly asleep in the dim light. It worked. On the night of the escape, they climbed through the holes, entered the hidden corridor, and scaled up to the prison roof, an area that officially didn't exist on any map. There, they inflated a raft made from more than 50 raincoats, hand-stitched together, waterproof, flexible, precise. At 11:30 p.m., under heavy fog, they entered the water. Here's the detail that changes everything. The currents of San Francisco Bay are not constant. Depending on the timing, they either pull you out to the open ocean or carry you straight to shore. Frank Morris knew this. They waited for the exact moment of the tide, and then vanished into the darkness. The next morning, the fake heads fell from the beds, and Alcatraz went into panic. No bodies were ever found. No remains of the raft were recovered. Years later, Christmas cards were sent to the Anglin brothers' mother. Witnesses reported seeing two men identical to them in Brazil. And in 2013, a letter signed by Frank Morris arrived at the FBI, stating, "Yes, we escaped." The FBI was never able to prove it was fake, or that it was real. Alcatraz closed 1 year after the escape. Because when someone escapes the impossible, the myth dies with it. And maybe that's the most unsettling part of the story. If even the most secure prison in the world failed, what else do we believe simply because we were told it was impossible?